In a dystopian future inside a vertical prison known as the Vertical Self-Management Center, the protagonist, Goring, wakes up in a concrete cell numbered 48. Each cell has 2 inmates and a hole in the middle, through which a platform of food is lowered daily. The inmates have 2 minutes to eat before the platform moves to the lower level. The lower the level, the less food is left. At the end of each month, inmates are shuffled and sent to different floors. Goring's cellmate, Trimagesi, explains the rules of the prison and the harsh reality of survival. Trimagesi is a seasoned inmate who has survived the lower levels by resorting to cannibalism. The platform's arrival is a daily event, and the inmates above often spit or defecate on the remaining food, adding to the dehumanizing conditions. Goring, who voluntarily entered the prison for an accredited diploma, initially refuses to eat, hoping to leave food for those below. However, he soon realizes the brutal nature of the system and starts eating. Miharu, a woman who rides the platform each month searching for her missing child. She is known for killing her cellmates to increase her chances of being paired with her child. Goring and Trimagesi encounter her during one of the platform's descents. Despite the harsh conditions, Goring tries to maintain his humanity, showing concern for Miharu and attempting to ration food for the lower levels. However, his efforts are largely ignored. At the end of the month, Goring wakes up on floor 171, tied to his bed by Trimagesi. Trimagesi plans to eat Goring to survive the month, but before he can do so, Miharu arrives on the platform and attacks Trimagesi. She frees Goring and leaves, leaving Goring with the grim task of surviving by consuming Trimagesi's body. During this time, Goring starts hallucinating, seeing Trimagesi's ghost. The next month, Goring wakes up on level 33 with a new cellmate, Imagiri, the woman who interviewed him before he entered the prison. Imagiri, who also volunteered to enter the prison, is shocked by the reality of the system. She tries to enforce rationing, but her efforts are mostly ignored until Goring threatens to defecate on the food if the inmates don't comply. This threat works, and for a while, the inmates start passing the message to the lower levels. During their time together, Goring and Imagiri encounter Miharu again, who kills Imagiri's dog for food. Goring reveals Miharu's quest for her child to Imagiri, but Imagiri insists that Miharu entered the prison alone. Imagiri, who has been battling cancer, admits that she volunteered to enter the prison in hopes of making a difference, but she has lost hope. At the end of the month, Goring wakes up on floor 202, a level far beyond what Imagiri believed to exist. The revelation is too much for Imagiri, and she ends her life. Goring, left alone, is haunted by hallucinations of Trimagesi and Imagiri, who encourage him to eat Imagiri's body to survive. Eventually, driven by hunger, Goring succumbs and feeds on Imagiri's body. The next month, Goring wakes up on floor 6 with a new cellmate, Bahara. Bahara, who brought a rope as his item, plans to climb to the top. However, his plan fails when the inmates above defecate on him as he attempts to climb. Goring and Bahara then devise a plan to ensure that everyone in the prison gets to eat. They decide to ride the platform, rationing the food and ensuring that everyone gets a share. As they descend, they encounter various inmates, including a wise old man named Brambang, who approves of their mission but warns them that the administration doesn't care about their efforts. They decide to keep a luxurious dish, a panna cotta, untouched as a symbol of their mission. They also encounter Miharu, who is attacked by 2 inmates. Despite their efforts to save her, Miharu dies from her injuries. Eventually, they reach the lowest level, 333, where they find a child hiding under the bed. Bahara and Goring decide to feed the child the panna cotta, breaking the prison's rules. However, the room doesn't heat up or cool down as punishment. Bahara dies from his injuries, leaving Goring alone with the child. In the end, Goring decides that the child is the message that needs to be sent to the administration. He and the child ride the platform to the top. As they ascend, Goring is visited by the hallucinations of Trimagesi, Imagiri, and Miharu, who tell him that he is not part of the message. Goring steps off the platform, leaving the child to ascend alone, hoping that the child's presence will reveal the harsh reality of the system to those above. Movie concludes with a reflection on the brutal and dehumanizing system of the Vertical Self-Management Center, a metaphor for societal inequality. It highlights the struggle for survival, the indifference of those at the top, and the desperate attempts to instigate change. The child, the only innocent being in the prison, symbolizes hope and the potential for change in a system that thrives on dehumanization and exploitation. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for more videos like this one.